Good morning everyone, the start of another beautiful day. This is the first night I'd spent in a hostel and I paid €20 for the bed and breakfast, and I ended up in a private room, so that was fine by me. And even better than that, when I went down for breakfast, there appeared to be a Slovenian all-female college basketball team staying here as well, so that wasn't the worst breakfast I've ever had. Excellent. Anyway, moving on, it's time to think about the cycling for the day. And I'm going to be doing 90 kilometres through a national park forest area, heading to a place called Maribor, and that's about it. I'll give you some videos from the road and speak to you guys later. Cheers for now.
So, cycling out of Brestanica then. I noticed today that there was quite a lot of families out on bikes and people taking general exercise, and yeah, it was a good sight to see that. It's not something I'd noticed in the other countries I've travelled through. In the UK, obviously, you sometimes get people go out as families and they'll go for a bike ride. In Northampton, where I live, there's a Pittsford Reservoir and people go for a bike ride around there. But in the countries I've cycled through so far, I've not seen that. So this is the first country where I've seen families doing outdoor activities, and a great sight it is too. So the thing that you just saw, that was outside of a school, and that was like a mosaic on the outside. It wasn't actually street art. And I thought I'd film this because this is the closest I've seen in Slovenia so far of my idea of what a communist country apartments look like, because Slovenia is just not like that at all. I mean, obviously I'm in the rural part, and today I actually cycled through a national park as well, which was quite good. So that was even more rural than normal. And I've been noticing, and I've mentioned it before, the little barns, and I'm really fascinated by these barns now. So I've got quite a few photos and videos of them, and in this video you'll see a few. So you can see how it's, I don't know what it is about them, but I just find them really sort of like attractive in a old rustic kind of way. And the more you look at them, the more detail you realise they have. Like there'll be intricately carved beams, and on the outside there'll be sort of like little personal details. And yeah, I really like them. Anyway, cycling through the national park area. Today was a little bit, it felt a bit of a slog, to be honest. Total ascent for the day was 1,000 metres, which compared to the big day that I did a few days ago, 1,600 metres, is nothing. But it just seemed that every hill was a very, very steep uphill, and there was no real flat sections to speak of. But there's no denying that Slovenia is a beautiful country. In terms of countryside, so far on this trip, this is the most beautiful countryside that I've seen. It's, no matter where you look, it's pristine, it's green, it looks amazing. So, I mean, I really want to come back to Slovenia and work out some bicycle touring routes. And if anyone was asked me, or was thinking of planning a bicycle trip in Europe, I would definitely suggest Slovenia. Now, it is hilly, so you do need a certain level of fitness, but it's an easy country to cycle around, but it's also incredibly beautiful and untouched as well. So, yeah, it definitely gets my recommendation. So this gives you an idea of the steepness of the hill. I'm going downhill on this section, but this truck is coming up. And yes, there are some steep bits. Another barn. This one was really fascinating. Yeah, I don't know, I just love them. I really do love them. So why have a boring building when you can have like a cool building? Yeah. And I like all the buildings in Slovenia so far. There's just like a touch of personality and about them all. And it's what makes Slovenia stand out, I think, in the countries that I've cycled through. And like I said before, there's this pride in appearance, and things are well kept, and you know, there's no rubbish in the countryside. It's just a great country to cycle around. I just stopped going on about it really, but it really is that good. When I was cycling, I just veered off and went into a little town section because this church caught my eye. There is also a castle in this town as well, but I didn't get a chance to go and see it. The one thing when you're on a bike tour, you really do have to judge what you can see and when you can see it. For me, it's seeing the countryside. That's the thing that I like doing. It's absorbing.
Hi guys,
everything.
I'm about halfway into today's journey and looking for somewhere to stop, maybe have a cup of coffee. Can you see the name of that cafe? Yeah, gonna give that one a miss, so not too sure what's going on there. I might be in hillbilly country. Catch you later.
But I didn't go into that cafe just in case, because you'll never know. So, yeah, cycling, and I was mentioning the steepness. and that gives you an idea of just how steep it is, which is great if you were going downhill, but I was just about to go uphill on there. But again, the churches in the towns really stand out, and I even found a couple of small cycle paths. They weren't particularly well signposted, so I had to keep my eye on where the road was. The road was up and to my right at this point, and if the cycle path got too far off track of the road, then I needed to go and check out, and get off the cycle path and back to the road again. But it was all good using those cycle paths, and again I saw lots of families out cycling on their trips. So my destination for the day was a campsite in a place called Maribor, and the campsite cost me €10, which is fine, and I've been dodging rain all day. Didn't get rained on when I was cycling, and not been rained on when I've been camping, but it is raining now, and I'm doing this commentary in my tent, so if you can hear any noise, that's the pitter-patter of rain on my tent. And it looks like I'm in for rain for most of the night, and I think I've got a 2-hour window in the morning between 9 and 10, which is probably when I'll pack the tent up and leave. Then it's going to rain all day, and I've got a 108 kilometre day, so I'm really looking forward to that. Oh yeah, look at those solar panel field, another good touch. So that's the end of this vlog for today. I'll leave you with some signs of graffiti, because I said I hadn't seen any in Slovenia so far, but I did find some getting to the campsite. So thanks very much for watching the video. Subscribe if you liked it, and I'll speak to you next time. Cheers.